Hello, welcome to my 3D Music channel. This video is Becoming Modeling Expert series. Today we're going to discuss about Extrude tool. This is one of my favorite tool in Maya. This tool, what it does, it's literally makes shapes indefinitely. It makes your workflow faster and it also makes your modeling faster as well. Let's get started. So I have opened my Maya 2017. As usual, I'm going to grab a cube from my polygon tab. So Extrude tool works on all the modes, in vertex mode, in face mode, in edge mode. To show it, so this is vertex and this is edge and this is face. If you want to learn Maya user interface, I will attach a video link for Maya user interface in this video description, so you can go and check it out. So in order to grab Extrude tool, what you got to do is you have to go here. Hello, welcome to my 3D Amuser channel. This is Becoming Modeling Expert series. Today we're going to discuss about Extrude tool. This is one of my favorite tool in Maya because it makes my workflow really faster. Extrude tool, what helps you to do is it enables to create you make like different shapes indefinitely. And I'm going to show you a demo. So let's get started. And I have opened Maya 2017, and in my polygon tab, as usual, I'm going to grab a cube. So Extrude tool works on 3 modes: vertex mode, face mode, and edge mode. In order to access Extrude tool, so first I'm going to show in face vertex mode. So you go to edit mesh and you say extrude. So as soon as you hit extrude, you get this pop-up menu, as well as if you see it extruded the vertex, so you can adjust the width, you can adjust the length, you can also add some subdivisions as well, but most commonly extrude is used in face mode. You will see why in a second. You can also use an edge mode. So let's go edit mesh and extrude. So I'm literally going to grab this. So here, if we smooth this mesh, if I smooth this mesh by hitting 3, so you can see there is a normal issue. So that's a problem with using extrude in edge mode. You could use edge mode, extrude in edge mode only if there's an opening space, like an open cube. For example, if I extrude this, I'm not going to have a normal issue, because this is not a closed space, this is not a closed geometry, so it's going to pop up this menu. So let's go through all these options in extrude. So I'm going to select this face on the top, so I'm going to go to edit mesh and extrude. So as soon as I extrude, you see this extrude menu pops up here. You could also do it here as well, but I'd rather do it here. So if you see, there is a little circle, there is transform, there is scale, and there's also like an on button here. So I'll go to the on button in a second. So if I click and drag the transform, it's going to go on the axis which I clicked. So let's say if I click this one, this arrow is going to change yellow. So if I move, it's going to move in that direction. So if I click on x-axis, it's going to go on x-axis and it's going to turn yellow. So you could also use the scale option as well. So if I click once here, I can do uniform scale, or also I can scale in Y, I can scale in X. So we can do all those things. So you can also add some subdivisions by going through here, just clicking and dragging here. And you can also add thickness by going up and down. So I'm gonna talk about these options a little bit in upcoming chapter. So let's say I'm gonna extrude from here. So extrude face. So if you see, as soon as I hit extrude, my transform points the direction on the face normal. When I say face normal, this is the face normal for this geometry, for this face. So if I hit this, it's going to change to world mode, or else it's going to go into the normal mode. So if you click on here, if you see, it's going straight. Whereas if you click on this, it's going to do the same thing. So let's demonstrate on this side as well. So if I hit extrude, so the other way to access extrude is holding on shift and right click and say extrude face. So this makes your workflow faster because you don't have to go there and click it. So you hold on shift and right click, and if I click on this button, so it's going to give the world space. Whereas if I click on this, it's going to give like the normal, the face which is pointing to the normal. And even like I could add some subdivision. I can also add some offset. We could do whatever we want until we click outside or finish the shape. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to okay, so I'm going to show you the other option called keep faces together. So if I say extrude, you see keep faces together. So the purpose of keep faces together, I'm going to add some loops here in this part. So I'm adding some here. And if you want to learn about how to insert edge loop, insert edge loop tool, there is also a series. I did a video on that insert edge loop tool. I will have a video link attached in this description, so you guys can go and check it out as well. So if I want to extrude all these faces separately, if I extrude it, it's going to do everything as a one face, but I want all those faces to be separately extruded. So that's where key faces together comes along. So if I say extrude face, I'm going to say, if you click on once, it's going to say off. So if I'm going to do this, it's going to do it, but each faces are individually extruded. If I hit 3, you can see it really the result. So what I'm going to do for demo purpose, to make it really prominent, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to say extrude face, and I'm going to say off. I'm just going to click and scale it down. So now if you see, it's literally extruding each faces individually. So now I could pull it up and do whatever I want. So there you go. And you know what? Before I just make a video on the tools, but today I'm going to show you some demo how to use these tools to do some modeling in it. So I went on internet and I grabbed some toaster, and whatever company it is, I'm giving credits to you guys, but we're just gonna do this toaster, but not with the cylinders and everything. We're just gonna do all the shapes, but the shape is gonna be cube, but I'm not worried about it. So we can also add bevels as well, but if you want to know how to do bevels in Maya, I also made a tutorial on it too. So I will have the video description, like a video link for that in the description, so you guys can go and check it out. Let's get started. So I'm going to put this image on my second screen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a cube from here. So the toaster is a little bit wider, so I'm going to make it a little bit big. So I'm going to change my grid off. So now I'm going to go to insert edge loop tool by holding down shift, right click, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to add some literally some edges. I'm not worried about like the proportions and everything. And so now so there's 2 there. So I'm just clicking and making some shapes, what I'm saying here. So I'm not worried about the proportion here because we're just doing it for purpose. So in order to make the shapes going in, we could use extrude tool. So how do we implement that? So I'm going to select those face by holding down shift and shift right click and extrude face, and just pull it in. Boom, that's it. So that faster. So you see, like, we just pull it in. So same thing on the top as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing here as well. So I'm going to shift right click, extrude face, and pull it in. So if you see, we made the, so even if you want some kind of stand at the bottom, we could do that as well. So in order to select from this face to this face, here's a tip. You select the first face and hold on shift and double click. So it's going to select all the faces from here to here. Same thing, shift, click here and click here, double click on it. So I'm going to say extrude face and boom. So now we kind of like have a stand. So I'm just pulling it in a little bit. So it sits on it. So there you go. We have a like awesome toaster. So we can also make this shape even further creative by shift. There you go. So now if I turn on ambient occlusion, now you can see it looks pretty good. So that's it, guys. So you literally see, like, by using extrude tool, we made these shapes really faster. That's what it's used for. Like, you can make amazing shapes with it. You can like keep on building shapes. You can go crazy with it. That's why I love extrude tool. It was harder for me when I first started modeling. It was harder, but once I got used to this tool, I made like shapes really amazing. And if you have any questions about extrude tool, please write me at 3damuser@gmail.com. Before we leave, we're going to do a recap. What we learned today was how to use extrude tool. In order to access extrude tool, you go to edit mesh and you say extrude, or else you just shift right click and say extrude. The most common way extrude tools are used is on the face mode. You can also use on edge mode as well, but unless there's closed gaps, and I'm just going to show a demo in order to see that. So let's see this one. We could literally make the shape until on edge mode until the shape is open. So that's it for today, guys, and tomorrow I'm gonna come up with a new tool, and look out for that. And if you like this tutorial, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you want to learn any of the tools in Maya, please write me at 3damuser@gmail.com. I will promise you that I'll make a tutorial for you guys. Until then, goodbye, guys.